Joey gets in town a month before with Aaron and building tracks every day, boosting the place up, making sure everything that's deteriorated over the last year is back in shape, because when guys show up, he wants them to be, astonished with how the place looks. It doesn't look like that all year. It doesn't look anything close to what it is. Even when I show up the first day, I'm like, wow, it looks like a different planet.
It's water, it's 15 years experience, a bobcat and a steamroller. We're getting older, so we can't be shoveling too much.
It's one of the biggest races in the world. I mean, in our spreadsheet, before we even show up to the track Wednesday morning, there might be 600 entries. And then we've got another, 200 in the morning before we can start practice.
So every year we put on the Nitro Challenge, and it's my dad's race, and it's his pride and joy, his one big race of the year.
The first words I read in the morning is wakey wakey, and I always send him back a woohoo, letting him know that I'm ready to go, and that I'm charged and I'm excited, and that there's nothing that can stop us now.
We debrief in the morning and just try to pull ourselves together, get a little coffee, make some jokes, and try to get people fired up for the day. We drive back over the track, and we show up before everybody's here.
We go straight up to the timing tower, talk with Kenny, who is also here at around 7:30. And he's getting the computers going and getting the timing process going and making sure that everything's working for the program.
Try to groom it, keep it watered, water the pipes, fix anything that's wrong, and get the pumps going and unload the pumps out of the containers and take them to the water pump stations and get the hoses out and get those going, and get the generator turned on, get the lights turned on, make sure all the fuel's put in all the generators, make sure the fuel's put in the pump. All right, here we go.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is main day.
So there's a lot of running around going on behind the scenes. It's kind of a organized chaos, if you will. It's a lot of piles of paper, a lot of stacks of things that we don't realize that we need, and also we need them, and somehow it all comes together in the end.
With our phones, we communicate back and forth together to make sure that we're getting it all handled and staying on top of everything, and if anything gets missed, we just do our best to get back to it.
Kenny has one of the hardest jobs here, sitting up in that booth and announcing the races from sun up till sundown. He's in there and making sure that the program runs tight.
a huge race like this, and to really have it come off more than likely without a real major issue, and most people being happy, it's difficult. It's really difficult.
The bigger the race gets and the more people that come, it really pushes our limits of how well we can do with limited amount of sleep, and how we handle the stress. The one morning the pump broke and wouldn't start, so we had to go rent a new pump. We brought that back here, and then that one broke, so we took it back 2 times because we couldn't get it going, and they realized something was wrong with that pump, so they gave us another new pump.
Then something like the air compressor blows up. So our good friends over at Quicks RC donated a beautiful, massive Ingersoll Rand air compressor with a manifold on it to get 3 hoses instead of 1, so that we could provide a better service.
8 problems down, 10 more to go. The dust got out of control, and there was so much dust going on that we had to rent the water truck and get a water truck out here to keep the dust down. And then at some point the fire marshal showed up to make sure that our lanes were cleared.
All the vehicles on the backside of the 8-scale track, we need all those vehicles moving.
We had good lanes, and I mark it all off to make sure that I'm to code in case somebody gets hurt. You know, the last thing I want is for somebody to not be able to get the medical attention they need.
I would just go ahead and move your vehicle. We cannot start racing again.
The owners of the property came and weren't happy with the parking, and it made me shut my race down even though I was good, and so we had to deal with having the race shut down until cars were moved. And then he finally realized that the cars that were in the way weren't here for our event, they were here for another event, and it was just trying to deal with that and keep the morale up and keep people focused on having fun. You know, we create a fun, good vibe.
And I'm a guy that when something goes wrong, I'm stressed, I'm tripping. But I learned within the first few years of working with Joey that it all just seems to work out.
Bam! Office time.
Pack, Shreffler, low pack.
Running a Nitro RC car isn't easy, so I see the stress that these guys go through, and I always want to make sure that no matter what's happening behind the scenes on my part, no matter how bad things are failing, the pumps are failing, the hoses are blowing, people are failing, I just always have a smile on my face and let them know, don't worry, I'm here for you, and you'll never know how much stuff I'm going through, because that's not for you to know, that's for us to know, and that's what we're real proud to be able to have that capacity to handle all these fires and all these issues that come up without our customers knowing about it. That no matter what, all they need to know is have a good time. We're glad you're here, and this race is about having fun and winning the race and knowing that everything's going to get handled. So much fun when the beautiful dirt girls get here. They're just always full of energy, and no matter how cold or hot it is, they're ready to go and ready to have smiles on their face. And so I always like to sit and take a few minutes and say hello to them, and that's about all I got. Then I got to get back to that darn tech container.
There's no downtime for us. There's no downtime. Downtime comes tonight after the final bell and the awards are given out. That's downtime, and I'm literally going to sleep for like 15 hours.
No is not an option. Quitting is not an option. All these people come from all over the world to be here and to be a part of this race and to be a part of this fantastic event, and we just really do our best to make sure that everybody is satisfied and that they get all their money's worth and that they're just super happy when they leave this race.
people come to this race to have a super good time and to relax and enjoy themselves and to enjoy the really good racing.
We're doing it for the love of the sport and trying to create good memories and fun times for people in a cool atmosphere that, you know, I think it's awesome, and no matter what happens, we seem to pull it out.
End of the day, everybody's like, this is the best race, unbelievable, I can't wait for next year. And then that makes it all worthwhile to come back the next morning, the next year, the next year.
See you again, hopefully, next year.
Hi.
He's a great race director, but he's our good friend. And we have a great time hanging out with Kenny and his family. So, Kenny, thank you for your hard work. I know you're going to stay for a week. He's got to go back to work, so he helps keep that thing going and the show running. And he's a great asset to our team. So thank you, Kenny, very, very much from the DIRT crew. Thank you, buddy. All right, here we go.
We'll be right back.